Hi everybody and welcome back to Edmonton Aviation. As today I have a San Francisco model airport update for you all. And because I just went there, San Francisco airport update is a hub for United and Alaska Airlines and a focus city for Southwest. So let's get right into it. With this Alaska 737-800, which will be heading out to Seattle. Here's an Alaska 737 MAX 9, which will be heading out to Puerto Vallarta. An Alaska 737-700 heading out to San Diego. A Delta is A220-300, which will be heading out to Detroit. An American CRJ-700, which will be heading out to Los Angeles. Here's an American Airbus A320-200 heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth. An American or United Express CRJ-200 in the Air Wisconsin colors, which will be heading out to Eugene. A United Express in the Sky West colors CRJ-700, which will be heading out to Boise. An Air Canada Rouge Airbus A319-100, which will be heading out to Vancouver after arriving in from Toronto. Here's a United 737-200, which will be heading out to Washington Dulles. Another United plane is 737 MAX 9, which will be heading out to Denver. Here's a United Airbus A320, which will be heading out to Los Angeles. An Air Canada CRJ-900 heading out to Edmonton. A Southwest 737-800 heading out to Las Vegas. A Delta Airbus A320-2, Airbus A319-100 actually, which will be heading out to Salt Lake City. A Southwest 737-700 heading out to Denver. A Delta 717-200, which will be heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. A Southwest 737 MAX 8, which will be heading out to Chicago Midway. A Sun Country 737-700, which just arrived in from Minneapolis, St. Paul, and will be heading back out to the same airport. Here's a Southwest 737-800 taxiing in from a flight from St. Louis. A Porter JQ400, which just arrived in from Toronto, and will be heading back out to the same airport soon. Here's a Hawaiian Airbus A321neo, which just arrived in from Maui, Kahului, and will be heading back out to Maui, Kahului. Here's a Flair 737-800, which will be heading out to Vancouver after arriving in from there. Here's a Delta E175, which just arrived in from Seattle and will be heading out to the same airport. Here's an American Airbus A319-100, which is heading out to Phoenix Sky Harbor. A Delta 757-200, which just arrived in from Atlanta and will be heading back out there. Moving on to the taxiing aircraft, we have this KLM 777-200LR arriving in from Amsterdam. A British Airways 777-200LR arriving in from London Heathrow. Speeding down the runway is this WestJet 737-700 heading out to Calgary. Even over retired beast, an Alaska JQ400 pulling onto the runway for a flight out to Bend/Redmond. Taxiing out for a flight to Calgary is a United 737 MAX 8. And finally, we have a Aeromexico MD-82 taxiing out for a flight to Mexico City. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys back next time.